Every photo has an origin, how it was taken, where it was taken, and who took it. But what if there was an image you can't trace back to any point of origin? Welcome, dear viewers, to a radiation hazard special. On the 17th of October, I woke up in the morning and checked my group chat with my friends. Bunx, a photographer, had sent an image to the group chat. The image was that of a park, some trees, a fence, and a sidewalk. But the problem was how he got his hands on this image, or rather, how he didn't. He had gotten a notification. It was his OneDrive app, where he occasionally stores his photos. He checked his phone on this day, October 17th. At first sight, it wasn't anything special, till he opened his OneDrive and noticed something odd. 28 years ago? Why would this image from 1995 be on his OneDrive, an application he sorely uses to store his own photographs in? When checking the metadata for the image on the phone, it shows that it's a BMP file, a bitmap file, 75 kilobytes in size with a resolution of 320 by 200. Tags: building, grass, ground, outdoor, plant, plants, tree, trees. But even stranger were the dates. The image was created on October 23rd, 2021, but it was modified on October 18th, 1995. This created date and modified date anomaly can be explained and recreated. For example, save a file today, and both dates will be the same on that file. Now copy the file to a no location, and the created date will be different, but the modified date will be older than the created date. But why such a long interval between the two? 28 years seems to be a very long time if someone wanted to do this deliberately. One other thing another friend of mine, Skyclad, noticed was that when you looked at the image through an EXIF viewer, a tool that shows you some additional information about an image, it tells you that this image was saved in bitmap version 3, meaning it was originally saved on a Windows 3X machine. Due to the image having a very low resolution and reduced colors, it's hard to make out a few things or even the place itself. The top right and the middle right of the image look the most normal. A bunch of trees in the background, and in front of them, some grass. The top left side of the image has something weird going on with it. These are what I assume to be 3 trees. There are branches visible for one of them. To the left, there are these odd repeated patterns, and to the tree further left also has the same issue. To the far left, I first thought it was a tree trunk, but that doesn't seem like the case. There's glitches in the image. The fence is an oddity in itself. The top of the fence is in a perfectly straight line, followed by a pattern of chain links. Then there's this problem where the poles of the fence aren't of the same distance. 2 of them from the right might be the same, but the 2 from the left have very little distance between them. Lastly, the sidewalk. You can notice paved sidewalks on either side of the image. There's patches of grass between them. But this area with the white pipe, or what I assume to be a pipe, has the grass behind it going all the way to the fence, almost as if it's not part of the sidewalk at all. Due to the shadow underneath the pipe, I have a guess that it's not grass at all, but something else entirely, but I'm not sure what. And speaking of shadows, notice how the upper part of the sidewalks are dim compared to the bottom half, almost as if there's a long object above them that's casting a shadow, but again, like most of this image, that doesn't make sense. One last thing to mention is the angle of the sidewalks. It almost feels like this part is mirrored from this part. Looking at the image and the description I just presented, the image makes sense when you view it from a distance, but up close, its strangeness starts to show. At first glance, we all thought it was maybe a still from a camcorder video from the 90s, but that theory went out the window as soon as we all noticed the flaws in the image. But it did resemble the camcorder aesthetic, to our defense. We have done reverse image searches. Nothing came up. Sure, personal images or any image not put on the internet won't show up on reverse image searches. But if this image suddenly appeared in Bunx's OneDrive of all places, surely it has to be on the internet to be placed in his phone, right? Another theory we came up with was that this might have been a game texture, given its name, BACKGRND.BMP. It was a viable theory, but nope, that isn't the case. I personally think it might be AI generated, but honestly, from all the AI models I've seen, I've never seen this sort of output. An AI's result may be random, but at this point in time, an AI's flaws are somewhat predictable, and you can tell if an image is made by an AI. Plus, making an image through AI and then putting in the effort to make sure its last modified date shows up as 1995 doesn't make much sense. I did check the internet to see if anyone else had this issue and only saw this one thread on Reddit, plus a couple of similar threads on the official Microsoft forums. OneDrive picks up images like this if you have something installed on your OneDrive. The person in the screenshot still has a more logical answer to his question. He probably installed a media application, hence all these icons. But what did Bunx install on his OneDrive to have an image from 1995 to show up? And only one image, nothing else. So, this theory is marked as improbable. From early rare occasions of similar topics, I've said many times I don't believe in the paranormal or metaphysical. There may be a small smidgen in me that might believe, but I also firmly believe every strange occurrence can have a logical and empirical explanation to it. Therefore, there must be a logical explanation behind this image and this story. But still, all of this has got me puzzled. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before, and just the story of it popping up into Bunx's OneDrive is kind of unsettling. Sure, it can be chalked up to a technical mishap maybe, where Microsoft servers just made a 1 in a billion error and saved this image into his storage accidentally, where it probably should have been not. But the main topic at hand is the image itself. As I said in the beginning, every image has an origin. How it was taken, where it was taken, and who took it. But unfortunately, none of those answers could be found. The image will be linked in the description. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't usually do mysteries or strange occurrences videos, but seeing how I was a literal part of the story, being Bunx's friend, I just had to make this video and put it up on the internet. If you're able to find something about this image, please let me know in the comments or email me at this address. So again, thanks so much for watching, and a big thanks to these benefactors for supporting the channel. Shepherd, Unusual, Interloper CS, T-Boy301, TTG, Robocop, Noel, Nobody Important, Franco Senlehi, Chimsboger, Justin Imbergriff, Taiwanesium, Tedasaur, Otokan Nachos, Lamdre, Decoder Mapping, Skyclad, Roadkill, Quiltman, Walter, Taylor, Hobgobbies, NoClick, Geode, Fisher Grice, Hawkassault, Mistress Baban, Jelen, A Normal Street Lamp, TRR Droid, and Bipolit. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.